Hey there everyone, welcome back to Imagination Tech. My name is Jeff. So I've been using this GoPro Hero 6 for quite some time now. Well, actually not this one. I've had I think maybe 2 or 3 of these Hero 6s. I've never bought one brand new. I've always bought something like on the second hand if it was a good price. And you know, the Hero 8s, 9s, 10s, and now we have the Hero 11, and I've mostly ignored all of those upgrades because, to be honest, if you watch a GoPro video on YouTube, can you really tell if it's a Hero 6 or if it was a Hero 7, Hero 8? Yeah, maybe sometimes you can tell that, you know, it has really great color or something, and you can say maybe that's a Hero 10, maybe that's a Hero 9, but you can't really tell for sure, especially if you're color grading your own videos. So that was why I mostly ignored any of the incremental upgrades. But you know, this thing has seen its better days. It doesn't have the door anymore. And the screen is already cracked. I'm not sure if it's visible there. So this is already repaired, and you know, I've been repairing this thing as much as I could. But you know, there comes a point where you say that the repair isn't worth it anymore, and it's time to move on to a better camera. So I got a good deal on this GoPro Hero 11, so we are going to be taking a look at this. So follow me on my experience as I upgrade from a Hero 6 to a Hero 11 Mini, and I'll tell you what I think about this specifically for FPV. Stay tuned. So here's the package that arrived in the mail. It's nice and bubble wrapped, and it came in a really nice, very secure box. So right now let's just go ahead and open this thing. So this is the very first GoPro that I've bought brand new. I started with a Hero 5, but I got that secondhand, I think from a pawn shop, and I also got the Hero 6, and basically that was it. That was my experience with GoPros. And I don't usually buy new GoPros because I'm thinking I'm going to put it on a quad. I'm going to wreck that thing, so might as well, you know, get my GoPros as cheap as I can. But this was on promo when I got it, and I just got this for like I think $200. So anyway, if I have any promotions to share with you, I will post them down in the link. But otherwise, it still retails at around $250, so that's really not a really bad price. I mean, on the secondhand market, a Hero 6 still fetches more than $100, and I couldn't find a really good deal. Most of them were like $160, so you know, springing for a brand new Hero 11 wasn't that much big of a leap anymore, especially this one, which I got at promotion. So let's go ahead and take a look. The reason I was interested in the Hero 11 Mini and not the Hero 11 Black was because the form factor. Take a look at that. So let's just peel this off, and this one as well. So here's the form factor of the Hero 11 Mini. It's really compact, and it weighs, I believe it weighs around 130 grams. And it comes with a built-in battery, so it's not that you know, it's not that far from a Hero 6, which is, I believe, is right around 116 grams. So it's just a little bit around 15 grams heavier than what I'm used to using in a more compact form factor. And it has these GoPro fingers, GoPro mounts here at the bottom and as well as here at the back. And could probably design something, you know, a different kind of FPV mount that mounts right up on front. And I believe the mounts are pretty much standard. So these are M5 threaded screws. These were the screws that I got with a Hero 6. And yeah, it's pretty much identical. Let's just see if it slots right. Obviously this will slot right in. This is the one that came with it. But yes, any of your other existing GoPro mounts should be able to, you know, go in there just fine. Basically, it's compatible with whatever GoPro Hero system that you already have. So speaking of weight, by the way, you might say that the 130 grams is pretty hefty for a even for the Hero 11 Mini. But considering that the Hero 8, 9, I think it started with the Hero 8 or Hero 9 all the way up to the Hero 11, they go in at around 150 plus grams. So that is pretty heftier than this one, and this one is just like 15 grams heavier than the Hero 6. So it's a no-brainer for me. There's a standard USB Type-C cable. Speaking of Hero 6, let's see if these Telesin filters will go right over. So it doesn't quite fit, unfortunately. I was hoping to be able to use that. So here is a 3D printed mount that I printed out for, it has a universal mount as well. If I'm going to put this on a quad, I want it to be a little bit protected, and this is a TPU mount that I made. I wonder if this is removable. I don't think so. But, oh yeah, it is. So there are some screws there, and it doesn't look like this is going to fit with that mount. Okay, I'm back with a different mount. So I also printed this thing. I accidentally turned it on. I'll figure that out later. This mount had a groove at the bottom for the fingers, and this one doesn't. So I'm not really sure. I think this just wasn't made for those mounting fingers. Okay, so I'm just an idiot. It does fit. It's just a little tight, but yeah, it does fit, and it's nice because it has all of these holes. All of those heat sinks who will be getting a lot of airflow with this mount. So aside from the physical characteristics, this thing goes all the way up to 5K. It can shoot 5K videos, but it can also shoot 4K at 60 frames per second, which I think that would be the setting that I would be using for FPV footage. I don't really want to do 5K really. So this thing has only one door, and you just slide it down. You can see that there is the SD card slot as well as the charging slot. Just going to pop that in and close the door again. So I really like the door over the Hero 6 or Hero 5, 6, 7, which has the same form factor. I mean, that one says that it goes up to 33 feet or 10 meters, but you really can't trust the door, and GoPro is not going to, is going to void your warranty if it was because of water damage. So that's pretty useless. Let's go ahead and turn this on again, and let's see if we can connect it with our GoPro quick. So let's click yes, set up your GoPro now. Name your GoPro Imagination Tech. So, I mean, if someone finds this, hopefully they know it's mine. Okay, let's just go ahead and make updates, upload some updates. Settings, mode. Aspect 69, okay, 87694387, so we'll just keep it at that. For 4K, 2.7, 1080p, and you can go up to 5K, 5.3K. So at 5K, you can set the lens to super view, hyper view. What's that? So here in the GoPro Quick app, you can also see all of the modes that we can see on the through the GoPro itself. So we can set all of the settings here as well. So we are set to hyper view. Let me just show you what hyper view looks like. I'm using the GoPro Hero 11 Mini, walking up some steps and then down some steps. So I mean, it's obvious that hyper smooth stabilization is already pretty refined, so we should be getting really smooth videos. And we are on a hyper view, so it's really wide, and we are getting packed for a trip, but that's for another story. I mistakenly said that with 4K you can go up to just 60 FPS. Actually, it could go up to 120 FPS, which is not something that my Hero 6 could do, which it could just go 60 FPS. But yeah, this one can go up to 120 frames per second on 4K, and if you set it to 2.7K, which is still higher resolution, you can set it to 240 FPS, so at least you're not limited to 1080p if you want to do really super slow motion. So here's the Hero 11 Mini on my drone, which is a Frelon Y6. It is a Y6, which means that it has 6 motors, so you can hear that in the sound. It has a different sound from your regular quad. Yeah, so first things first, this is set to Super View 4K 60 FPS, and everything is still set to stock, and you can really see how much detail, you know, the colors are great. The image quality really is fantastic, and that's what GoPro has going for it. So there is a place for cheaper stuff like the Hawkeye Thumb 4K, which I reviewed a couple of months ago, but that's where probably I'm going to use that for riskier flights where, you know, there's a very high chance where I don't get my drone and my camera back. But you know, for things like this, you know, you really can't compare with a GoPro Hero, you know, any of them, and especially this one, the Hero 11 Mini. So switching over to Hyperview, you can see that there is some weird bending going on. It really has a fisheye effect. It's very wide, so you can see the whole view, but you can see much more than what you need for FPV. So I'd probably stick to Super View. Probably if you're doing sinuous, probably you want to stick with wide or just a linear or something. So I also have this shot which is in Super View, but it's set to 4K 120 FPS, and is perfect because we can slow down the speed in post-production, and for when you want that, you know, to slow down the shot or do some slow motion. Hyperview isn't really for me. I think it's a little bit too, you know, fisheye. It's too wide, and there's some weird you know, weird bending around the video, especially especially visible as you're doing yaws or turns or even rolls. It's probably useful for people doing, you know, moto vlogs or just doing, you know, vlogs where you're pointing the camera at yourself and you want, you know, a lot of the view to be visible in the screen, in the shot, but probably not the best setting if you're just doing FPV, where Super View is already wide, very wide, and probably, depending on what you're shooting, you'd probably even want to go down to just the wide setting or even linear. Be able to shoot 4K at 120 FPS, so you can, you know, really slow that down, or even if you really need slow motion down to 240 FPS, that is a great thing. That's a great thing for me. And the colors of this Hero 11 Mini are really fantastic. So I think it was worth the upgrade, especially as I got this for just $200. It's probably not in promo right now, but I'll leave some links in the description anyway. I also got this. This is the Hero 11 Mini mount that I got from Timothy. So as you can see, the camera lens is aligned with the mounting fingers on the horizontal axis, and even if you mount it like vertically, if you want to, you know, just shoot this for reels. So that's really great. I'm not sure if you're going to be noticing that. I mean, the average Joe probably won't, but if you're a DP, director of photography, probably would. But yeah, the printing on this is superb, very high quality, and yeah. Oh, by the way, you can mount a TBS ND filter over here at the front. So this is a custom designed by 3D Shed PH by Timothy. So if you want to order one of these, I'll leave a link in the description as well. So I hope you like this, you know, joining me on my experience for upgrading from a Hero 6 up to a Hero 11 Mini. If you like this video, please click on that like button because it helps spread this video to more people like you. Make sure you're subscribed, and as always, keep building and keep flying.